Research suggests dogs are the ultimate conversation starter, with owners having around 6 chats a week with strangers while out with their pets.
Let's make clear the dogs aren't starting the conversations.
They may well do. They may well do. That's the whole point, isn't it? They do it, they start the conversation.
They're the cause of the start of the conversation. They don't start the conversation.
Start the conversation.
It's inspired of The Big Lunch. It's an annual campaign which gets neighbours together over some food. And this year, more than 7 million people and 1 million dogs are expected to take part.
Tim Moffat is in Battersea making some friends. Tim, where are the dogs? Where are the dogs?
1 second, be patient, Charlie. Good morning to you from Battersea Power Station in London. And we're talking about The Big Lunch, as you say, which began in 2009. The idea is that every June, over a weekend, people get together, friends, communities, neighbours, and they chat and they make connections and they talk to each other. And this year, there is a theme. And the theme is Be More Dog. Which dog is this?
This is Buxton.
Buxton. Good morning, Buxton. He's having a lovely time, having a chat. People are getting together. It's all going to be taking place on June the 7th and 8th this year. Sarah, you're one of the organisers. Sarah, tell us about The Big Lunch and this year's theme.
Absolutely. So The Big Lunch is an idea from the Eden Project. It's made possible by Pears Foundation, Co-op and Green King, and it's all about bringing people together. So it's all about bringing people together in their communities, have fun, get to know each other and strengthen those kind of connections that we have. This year, we're all about dogs because, let's face it, dogs set a great example to people. In fact, 60% of people, believe it or not, think dogs have more social skills than humans. And actually, it's that skill that we really want to kind of emulate, actually. And we want to see people kind of coming out and having fun together, just like dogs do. They break down barriers between people. When you have a dog, it's the thing that gets us talking. And actually, what better reason to come out than have some fun with pets and people at this year's Big Lunch, 7th and 8th of June.
Okay, thanks so much indeed. Well explained. Well, you mentioned dogs. I mean, my goodness, what an absolutely gorgeous dog this is. Mei Ping Wong, you're a dog influencer, aren't you? Amongst many other things, and a designer. Tell us about the importance dogs bring to your life and to others as well.
I think dogs just open up conversations. I think usually it's about, you walk down the street and people look at you and they look at you and they look at the dogs and they break into a smile. It often brings about conversations, like they ask questions like, oh, what's the name of your dog? And what breed is your dog? And therefore a conversation begins. It breaks conversation, it breaks the ice, basically, and people start to get into conversations with each other.
Just introduce us to both of your dogs here.
This is Lulu. She's a rescue, and this is George, also a rescue from Hungary.
This year at the Big Lunch, I mean, do you think it's going to make it work more effectively? It gives people that conversation topic, doesn't it?
Absolutely. The dogs are not thinking about how do we start a conversation and judging each other's outfits, or what small talk do we go into. They just bring people together. They just open up conversations.
They're absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much for introducing them to us this morning. Now, Alice, this is your guide dog.
This is Quark, my second guide dog. Yes, very energetic compared to my first.
Now, when you have a guide dog, obviously the bond is truly incredible, isn't it? What role do guide dogs play in your life?
So obviously Quark, being my guide dog, keeps me safe the moment I leave my house. But as you say, the bond is the most important. You have to trust the dog with your life, but then the dog has to trust you as well. So that partnership is crucial. But when it works, it's amazing. It takes that anxiety, that confusion when you're out and about, especially in new areas, new places. But then it also feels like you're out with your best friend all day long.
Now, with guide dogs, it is interesting, though, isn't it? Because they are working dogs, and so sometimes you kind of don't want people to interact with them too much. Does that get awkward at times?
It does. As much as he looks at someone and has a puppy face, it's stay away. When he's got his harness on, he's working, he's doing his job, and they can get distracted. The dogs, at the end of the day, they can get distracted, but they are trained to work and concentrate. So really do appreciate when someone does look at him and just keeps walking on.
He's a bit lively this morning, isn't he, old Quark?
There's a lot of toys out, there's a lot of dogs out, and it's early in the morning, so he's ready for a bit of play.
Yeah. You know what? Talking a bit of play, if you want to go for that, then do so. Well, it is so widely agreed, I think, isn't it? The impact that dogs can have and their ability to bring people together. I'm going to chat to these people here. Are you looking forward to the Big Lunch this year?
Absolutely, it's going to be amazing. It's just such a good chance to get to know your community and yeah, just have a bit of fun with the people where you live.
And they're doing so well in not jumping on the table and eating the food. I'm very, very impressed with the dogs. They're being very well behaved, but young Buxton here, he's been fed treats all morning. He's going to be full by the end of this morning, isn't it? Are you looking forward to the big lunch this year?
Oh, absolutely. What a great way to connect with our neighbours, for sure. Yeah.
It's all about that connection. That's the idea behind it. As I say, it launched in 2009, and since then, every year, it has grown in popularity. This year, not this weekend, but the weekend after, it is thought thousands and thousands of people right across the UK will be taking part, chatting, connecting, and making new connections with the help this year of dogs. I'll leave you with some beautiful images of some very, very happy four-legged friends this morning.
And some that just aren't getting the assignment. I'm loving that black one that isn't going through, that just wants to play fetch, does not want to weave in and out of the sticks.
There we go. It's got the ball.
Got a ball,
Happy.
He's really looks so bouncy. Oh.
There he goes.
Those are the vibes we want this morning. 28. 75% of people say having a dog reduces loneliness, and that has inspired the theme of this year's Big Lunch, which encourages people to get together with their neighbours and their dogs.
And Tim Muffet is at Battersea Power Station there because there's a bit of a dog tea party going on.
Yeah, good morning to you. We're talking about the Big Lunch this morning. It started in 2009. Every June for a weekend, people get together with neighbours, friends, communities, and make a connection. And this year, the theme is Be More Dog. They break barriers down. They introduce people to each other. We've got Buxton here this morning. We've got George. We've got Lulu. We've got Angela Rippon. Hello, Angela.
Yes, I'm being more dog this morning. I'm in dog heaven, surrounded by them.
How important are they?
Oh, they're family, they're special, they are wonderful companions, and they are, as you say, great conversation starters.
Indeed, and we'll be talking more a little bit later, and we're talking about the wonderful power dogs can have over us. Here, though, is the news, weather, and the travel where you're watching breakfast this morning.
The Big Lunch, an annual campaign which gets neighbours together over food. And this year, more than 7 million people, 1 million dogs are going to be taking part. And Tim Muffet is in Battersea making some... That's not Tim. Tim is there. That is not Tim. But it's a good-looking dog. Where are you, Tim?
Yeah, hey, good morning to you. And this is Ted the dog. You might recognise him if you're a fan of Mortimer and Whitehouse Gone Fishing with Bob Mortimer and Paul Whitehouse, because he makes regular appearances in that show. And this morning we are talking about the Big Lunch, which began in 2009. Every June, over a weekend, people come together, neighbours, communities, and they make connections. This year, the theme is Be More Dog. Take on the attributes of dogs, we are being told, and do what we can to talk to people more. Lindsay, explain to us this year's Big Lunch and the theme behind it.
Yeah, so the Big Lunch this year is an idea from the Eden Project, made possible by the Pears Foundation, Co-op and Green King, and it's all about getting out, getting to know your neighbours, sharing friendship, sharing food, sharing fun on the 7th and 8th of June.
Great. Hopefully people will do just that. Have a quick chat to Angela Rippon.
And Olive.
And Olive. Angela, why are dogs so important for you?
Well, dogs are just they're family, they're companions, they're the most brilliant form of communication. I mean, I defy anybody to go out into the street and not see people looking at dogs when they see them, whether they've got a dog of their own or not. And the dog sort of draws you to them with a smile on their face and a waggy tail. And you put down and you say, hello, oh, hello, Olive. Oh, there you are. You see, just like that. When I was a little girl, I remember my dad going out in the street, and every time he saw a dog, he'd say, hello, dog, how are you? And I used to say, Daddy, one day, one of those dogs is going to turn around and say, morning, John, I'm fine, how are you? Wow. Not realising, of course, as a little girl, that actually it's the owner who will talk to you, and that is the secret of dogs. They just have this wonderful power of communication, and that's what we all need these days. I think one of the curses of the 21st century is isolation and loneliness for all sorts of people.
And hopefully this will change that. Angela, we've got a very important job for you. You need to present the very well-behaved dogs with dog-friendly cake. We're going to put Olive down.
I've got a dog-friendly cake. It's got no sugar in it. It's all the sort of things that dogs are going to love. So let's just see whether or not they like. Come on, dogs. We've got a picnic here. Come on, doggies.
Whoa, look at this. This is a dog-friendly cake, so fear not. All the dogs have been so patient this morning. The Big Lunch takes place on June the 7th and the 8th, the weekend after next. enjoy it and make connections. That's the idea behind it. Be more dog. That's the message here. Back to you.
Well, they're not going for that cake at the moment, are they?
Well,
There we go.
I think dogs are a bit more polite. I think if you put a cake like that, not the dog cake, but a cake in the newsroom, it would be devoured within seconds.
It'll probably get eaten in the end.
Yeah,
Just warm
they're
it
just
up.
taking their time, but it's all good.